Greetings, gamers! I'm Shootkapow, and today I'm here to talk to you about, hopefully not my mic quality, because I've been having some issues with that lately, so hopefully it's not really messed up. But apart from that, I'm here to talk to you about Gango. Now, this Pokemon has been making waves in OU for a while now. There's a tiering survey out right now, well, not right now as this video releases, but right now as I'm recording it. And I think Gango is currently at a pretty high score in terms of people not liking a tier. So the main thing this Pokemon does is its ability Good as Gold makes it immune to status moves, which includes Defog, one of the main ways of clearing hazards in OU. And this paired with its Ghost typing makes it immune to Rapid Spin, essentially making it immune to every form of hazard control that isn't Cinderace's Court Change or Maushold's Tidy Up, both of which are signature moves. Gango is... It's not just a hazard blocker, it also has a very nice 133 special attack stat, decent 87, 95, 91 bulk, a great defensive typing. It also has access to moves like Nasty Plot and Recover, and the signature move Make It Rain, a 120, 100 accuracy Steel-type special move that only lowers this user's special attack by one stage. It's basically Draco Meteor if Draco Meteor was like awesome and hit fairies super effectively. And this Pokemon can run a variety of sets. You have stuff like Timid Max Special Attack, you have more defensive sets like Defense for Great Tusk, which is one of the only spinners that's really great into it. Great Tusk has the move Knock Off and Headlong Rush. Headlong Rush is often negated by Gango's Air Balloon, making it immune to ground-type attacks. Knock Off hits it hard, but when the Air Balloon's gone, it doesn't do that much damage. But Great Tusk can't hit Rapid Spin to do good damage to Gango because of its Ghost typing. And Pokemon like Corviknight, an amazing defogger in the tier, can't really do anything to it because its only Dark-type attacking move is like Power Trip, which... I mean, Power Trip Corviknight is interesting. It gets stuff like ID, Agility, but overall it's just worse than the defensive pivot defog set with like Helmet to punish U-turn and hit its own U-turn. It's an amazing Pokemon outside of Gango, and I think post-Gango ban, Corviknight's going to be probably the premier hazard removal besides Great Tusk. In terms of other things Gango does, it sets up, it sweeps, it keeps itself healthy with Recover, so it doesn't really need leftovers. It has stuff like Focus Blast for dark types, like King Gambit. It can terrestrialize like Fairy or terrestrialize just anything that resists dark, really, and just kind of beat all its checks, which, yeah, this is another Pokemon that terrestrialization is a little iffy on. I definitely think the Gango would still be too much without Terra, just like Sneasler, but overall, it also gets Hex, but that's much less useful in wake of the Gliscor ban. Gango doesn't need to be a sweeper though. It can run Hex, like not Thunder Punch. No, this is not Contrarian Mons. Speaking of Contrarian Mons, there is a as of now there is actually a tournament going on, so I will be releasing videos about that starting next week, because this week I'm at my parents' house as this video releases for Thanksgiving. But make sure to subscribe so you don't miss me covering those tournament games very, very soon. But anyway, this isn't Contrarian Mons. Gango sucks on Contrarian Mons, it's too passive. But yeah, I can also run stuff like Hex, Thunder Wave. I have not been playing too much OU. Recently I have, but I think it also likes Trick Scarf, which Scarf Gango is very good. It reaches, I believe, With 252 plus Scarf, it can reach 532, which importantly does not outspeed Booster Valiant, so I think... I'm not actually sure what Scarf Dingo outspeeds. Since, oh wait, hold on. Minus 922, which, let me just do the math real quick, is 584, which does outspeed Booster Valiant, which is actually very important because you can hit it with a very strong Make It Rain, which is going to do a lot of damage if you're also running Special Attack. It's going to do a lot of damage, especially for Terra Steel as well. Terra Steel Make It Rain off a Scarfable Dingo is very, very powerful. This Pokemon has just like a lot of options, a lot of sets, great stats, great defensive typing. Like, if this Mon wasn't the 1000th Pokemon, it would not be this broken at all. But yeah. But this video isn't just about Goldingo, it's also about the rest of the Hazard game, Pokemon like Samurott Hisui, Pokemon like Glim, and the recently banned Gliscor, which was definitely a proponent in this, a very bulky Pokemon with both Stealth Rock and Spikes that could heal itself over the course of the game. It was definitely a very strong Pokemon in tandem with Goldingo. But Glimmera is also... oh, and Ribombee. Ribombee is a very, very powerful asset with its sticky webs. This is the best sticky web setter in the game at the moment. It also gets strong options like Moonblast, it gets Stun Spore. It's just all around an amazing Pokemon. You give it Focus Sash to live hits from, for example, Scarf Dingo. And then it sets up sticky webs. It dies. It's a suicide lead, but in general, it's such a great Pokemon because of sticky webs. This, if you don't know, this is a hazard that lowers the opponent's speed whenever they switch in if they are not a flying type or have Clear Body like Dragapult can. Dragapult is running Clear Body now more instead of Infiltrator, which ignores Reflecting Light Screen, which are also pretty important, and ignores Substitutes, which is also important. But it's running Clear Body now more because it really, really hates the speed drop from Ribombee's Sticky Web. In terms of hazards, besides Sticky Web, Glimmera has like all of them. It has Stealth Rocks, it has Spikes, you can run like Power Gems, Sludge Wave to hit important targets, you can run Focus Sash to get up 2 layers of Toxic Spikes with Toxic Debris, which is a move that essentially punishes stuff like Knockoff and U-Turn by setting up 1 layer of Toxic Spikes whenever it's hit by a physical attack. Like any physical attack, it doesn't have to be contact. IB Cudgel still works. Stuff like Psycho Cut would still work, even though Psycho Cut really isn't relevant at all right now, but we'll ignore that. Just in general, Glimmera is a really, really good suicide lead, along with Ribombee. They're 2 very strong Pokemon. Now, if Goldingo wasn't here, being able to like switch in on a wide plethora of the hazard removal options in the game, then it'd probably be fine. Like, you could just get in, remove it. Like, it'd take time and take resources, but you would be able to get in and remove the hazards. But now you can't do that. You switch in, you try to defog, Goldingo comes in, he stops all your momentum, and all of a sudden, you're up against Thunderwave Hex, or you're up against Scarf Make It Rain, or you're up against like Nasty Plot. He Nasty Plots up, and he still has Air Balloon. He can't come in and revenge kill with Great Tusk. He just has so many options, and that's part of the thing that makes him so broken. You don't know what he's going to do when he gets in. You just know that you've lost all your momentum trying to defog. So it makes playing around Hazard really, really tough. And another Pokemon that is incredibly good at setting up hazards is Samurott Hisui with its signature move Ceaseless Edge, which is a 65 power, 90% accurate move that sets up 1 layer of spikes on the opposing side and can be used up. It can be used up to 3 times. So, along with its ability Sharpness, it's very good. It also gets Aqua Jet, Aqua Cutter, and Razor Shell. Razor Shell is another great option. It's 95 accuracy. It is 75 power, which I think is higher than Aqua Cutter. It is higher than Aqua Cutter, actually. So, yeah, Razor Shell is just a better option, because it also has a 50% chance to lower the opponent's defense by 1, which can set up great kills with Aqua Jet. All around, Samurai Hisui is a really fun mod to use. I like it a lot. It's really good. Good Suicide Weed, good Scarfer. Not even Suicide Weed. It can also be Rocky Helmet. I've seen a lot of variety with Samurai Hisui, and I think once Goldango's gone, because this thing is not staying. Nobody likes this thing. Once it's gone, I think Samurai Hisui is going to be a really decent, maybe niche, but very balanced Pokemon in OU, and I like that a lot. Glima might fall off, or Bombi might fall off, but honestly, I am a fan of that. Who needs these Pokemon around? Goldango is also an interesting option on Snowveil teams with Ninetales Alola, since it blocks Defog to remove the Aurora Veil, which is it's essentially Light Screen and Reflect in one, but can only be set up in Snow. But since Ninetales Alola sets up Snow on Switch In, that's kind of a moot point for this Pokemon. So Goldango can switch in, stuff out any attempts at all to remove Aurora Veil, since it also is immune to Brick Break, which isn't super relevant either, but you know, who cares? We'll just throw in that it completely stuffs out hazard removal. Well, not completely, there are options, but we'll talk about that here in a second. It stuffs out most options for hazard removal and all options for screen removal. We need Mr. Ryan back. Now, in terms of how to get around Goldango, this kind of feels like the PowerPoint from Electric Wind Girlfriend. But have they made a Goldango PowerPoint yet? I don't think they have. They might have. I'm not sure. But if they haven't, consider this your substitute. Now, in terms of how to get around Goldango, you either want to kill it with strong, like, fire-type attacks. Cinderace is... Where's Cinderace? Cinderace is possibly one of the best options to take out Goldango. It has Libero, which is interesting. It can also have Blaze, which boosts fire-type attacks. Its main boon is Court Change, which swaps the user's field effects with the opposing side, which includes screens and hazards. Which means the opponent sends out Glimera, they barf up other hazards, say send out Rabombi, they send up Sticky Web. Cinderace comes in, uses Court Change, and nope, all that is mine now. You do not have hazards on my side of the field anymore, I have hazards on your side of the field. It also has a very strong physical move in Pyro Ball, which is kind of like a physical overheat. It's a little weaker, but doesn't lower your attack. Has a 10% chance to burn as well, and thaws, which is, I guess, a useful side effect. This mod also has stuff like Sucker Punch. It has Sword Stance, which I don't really see used that often. It has Taunt, it has U-Turn, Willow. This mod has just so much utility, and its niche in being probably the only like really good mon that takes out Goldango is good. Another mon that's really good, well, really good in this situation at removing hazards is Mousehold. Now this mon does not run heavy duty boost. This mon runs wide lens and only wide lens, and here's why. This Pokemon's niche is Population Bomb and Tidy Up. Tidy Up is the move we're discussing here. It removes all substitutes and hazards on the field while giving you a Dragon Dance boost. And then Population Bomb hits 10 times. Each hit has 90 accuracy. So it's kind of like Triple Axle on steroids, sort of. This mod holds Wide Lens to give each of its hits 99% accuracy, essentially giving you like a 10% chance to stop the attack, I think. It's a 1% chance for each hit to miss. And it also has Technician, boosting that by 30. You have Stab, making this essentially a 450 base power move if you hit every hit. This is balanced out by its mediocre stats. 211 speed is really good. That, I think, outspeeds... Oh yeah, and I also have the Animal Crossing extension, if you guys have noticed that. Yeah, that does barely outspeed Ogerpon, which is very nice. It's very useful. I like Mousehold a lot. It can break through a lot of threats. Once anything on the opposing team with a helmet is gone, it also has Technician's Bite, which becomes 90 power with a chance to flinch, and you're most likely going to be faster than the opponent. It also has useful tools like Bullet Seed. It has a low kick for Goldengo. Not Goldengo. It has low kick for King Gambit. It has Encore to lock setup sweepers and allow itself to set up. All around, just a lot of great options. I like this Pokemon a lot. I've used it before. It's very fun. But yeah, in general, that's pretty much the thing. Goldengo has very niche, one very niche removal option, one very good removal option, but you're not going to want Cinderace on every team. There are certain team styles it just doesn't fit on. It's a very good Pokemon, but not all the time. And a lot of it comes from Goldengo being in the tier. Glimmer, Ribombee, Samurott Hisui, all great abusers of Goldengo's good Escalor ability. Ninetales, also an interesting Pokemon. And Corviknight sits in the corner and cries because it cannot remove hazards through Good Scold. But yeah, my music is not coming back for whatever reason, so that seems like a good place to end the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell for more. This is a slightly different form of content that I'm doing right now. I've noticed that I'm recording this on like Saturday, and this video is releasing on Tuesday, and I'm leaving for my parents tomorrow as we're talking. And yeah, I just needed a quick video to make, and I feel like the Showdown Live market is kind of falling off a little bit, which is a little strange to me. But this part's going to be really awkward without music, but, you know, we ball. In general, though, I like discussing competitive Pokemon a lot. I think it's a lot of fun, and I saw Jimothy Cool doing this, so I thought might as well steal some ideas from Jimothy Cool, the YouTuber just recently blew up. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, let me know down in the comments. And also, as I said earlier, there is currently currently at the time of this release, there is a tournament that has just started in the Contrarian Mons server, also linked in the description. Make sure to check that out if you're interested in Contrarian Mons. And I will be covering games here on this channel, but I've rambled long enough. This is Shoot Kapow, over and out.